In Bangkok, a dynasty trembles. Thaksin Shinawatra, once the face of populist power, is led back to prison. A Supreme Court ruling, a fractured family, and a nation at a crossroads. Tonight, we trace the fall of Thailand's most divisive political titan. Thailand Supreme Court has ruled that former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra must serve a one-year prison sentence, a landmark decision in the country's turbulent politics. The verdict, according to BBC, delivered on September 9th, centres on the so-called 14th floor case. Thaksin's controversial stay in a VIP suite at Bangkok's Police General Hospital following his dramatic return from exile in 2023. The billionaire ex-leader had been sentenced to 8 years in prison for corruption, abuse of power, and conflict of interest. Yet he spent less than 24 hours in Bangkok remand prison before being moved to hospital, citing heart and respiratory issues. Thaksin remained in hospital for 6 months before securing parole in early 2024, fueling widespread anger over perceived privileges for the powerful. The Supreme Court has now ruled the arrangement unlawful, marking a dramatic turn for one of Thailand's most divisive political dynasties.
His prolonged hospital stay was unlawful, and time served there would not be recognized. The court will issue a jail warrant, and an official from Bangkok Remand Prison will take him.
The court examined his medical records in detail and heard from 31 witnesses, including doctors, prison officials, and corrections officers. Their conclusion was clear. Thaksin's conditions could have been treated as an outpatient. The court will issue a jail warrant and an official from Bangkok Remand Prison will take him. Video later showed a convoy of vehicles carrying Thaksin to Bangkok Remand Prison, where he is now expected to serve the remainder of his sentence. The verdict represents the final ruling in a string of legal cases that have dogged him since his return from exile. The Supreme Court's ruling against Thaksin Shinawatra is not only a personal blow, but also a symbolic strike at a dynasty that has defined Thailand's politics for more than 2 decades. Thaksin, a billionaire telecoms tycoon, stormed to power in 2001 with a landslide victory. His populist measures, from universal healthcare to rural development schemes, won him enduring loyalty among millions of working-class and rural voters. Yet his combative approach and dominance of Thai politics alarmed the military, royalists, and Bangkok's elite. In 2006, his government was toppled in a coup. Thaksin fled into exile, largely in Dubai, though his influence persisted through allies and family members. His sister Yingluck served as Prime Minister until her removal in 2014. When Thaksin returned in August 2023, it coincided with his foe Thai party forming a coalition with its former military rivals. Many believed leniency was part of the bargain, especially after his swift transfer to hospital. But the dynasty has since unravelled. Last month, his daughter Paetongtarn, who had risen to the premiership, was ousted by the Constitutional Court after a leaked call with Cambodia's Hun Sen, a ruling that underscored how vulnerable the once mighty Shinawatras have become. Speaking outside the court on September 9th, Paetongtarn expressed both concern and pride.
Today is another historic day where he is the first Prime Minister to go to jail. This weighs heavy. However, we remain in good spirits, both my father and our family.
Her father, however, struck a more conciliatory tone in a statement on social media.
From today on, even though I will lose my freedom, I will still have freedom of thought for the benefit of my country and its people.
Thailand's democracy faces a crossroads after the Supreme Court ruled against former PM Thaksin Shinawatra. Parliament appointed Anutin Charnvirakul as Prime Minister, ending Shinawatra's dominance. Once unstoppable, Thaksin's machine falters amid internal rifts, controversial deals, and perceptions of elite privilege, as military and judicial interventions continue shaping the nation's turbulent political landscape. Outside the court, loyalists in red still rallied. Supporter Run Paetongtarn said,
It's okay. We accept it. We are proud that our former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has entered the judicial process and is a good example for a democratic system. We ask for justice for him. Are we sad? Yes, we are sad. But we are also proud that we have our former Prime Minister as a courageous person who has walked into the process and respects the court's decision. We are here to support him.
In Bangkok's establishment, however, critics hailed the decision as long overdue. Whether this marks the dynasty's true decline remains unclear. What is certain? Thailand's politics stand at yet another uncertain crossroads.